This is not the church of Joseph Smith.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. So, apparently I have to be careful of not only the time limit of the videos, but also of the title of the videos, as the cyber attack continues on YouTube today. So, for lunch, we had a family that volunteered to help, and it looked like they're Mormon. The father and the two sons had on their white shirts, and they were thick enough that you couldn't see the secret signs, tokens of the magic underwear. And a daughter, I'm assuming, or a child bride of the father. But it's courtesy that when people come to volunteer, that we say hi and thank you for helping us today. And interestingly, when I did that with the female, whatever age she is, I'm too old to know what age is. So yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get back in the dating scene being here at the shelter. But smiling and saying hi caused her to immediately look down and away and not want to look at me anymore. It's so cute. But she was wearing black, which is very curious, as that's supposed to be for funerals. But yeah, it's kind of funny and amusing for a religious girl to wear black on Sunday. Very cute. So, born and raised in the Mormon Church, they told me that we are Joseph Smith Mormons, that Joseph Smith is our founder, he's the whole kit and caboodle for our church, and that the whole church stands or falls on Joseph Smith and the literal history of Joseph Smith. Well, as I've come to pursue researching and studying this, I've learned that yes, Joseph Smith is true, just not literally true. And found out at the same time that this branch off of Brigham Young is not true. And in so doing, Brighamite Mormons, who are just like me, born and raised in this church, who've not studied, not done their research to learn the truth and to gain a real testimony, not a spiritual witness claim to a testimony, are actually incited to hate and violence against me as one who supports and defends Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. I remember talking to my Elders Quorum president about having found in the Egyptian documents the records of Zenos, Enoch, and Neum, as recorded in the Book of Mormon. And he just stood there with a blank look on his face in shock, like a deer caught in the headlights. He had nothing to say. It was just, and never did. But I did. It's there. But nonetheless, I mean, it's if Mormons purposely create a spiritual witness to live outside of reality because they know that the literal history and reality of the church being literal history is false. That's just bizarre to me. I can't figure out their hate and the source of their violence when incited to hate. But this is religious bigotry, guys. This is a hate crime for someone else's religion. When you attack me, when you put your thumbs down because you're upset that how dare I criticize this church, how dare I expose their crimes, how dare I not just conform and comply and shut the bleep up. You're the ones guilty of the crime, not me. I'm telling the truth. because I was born and raised Mormon. This church told me we're Joseph's church, and they lied. It's not. And so I am a Joseph Smith Mormon. Brighamite Mormons, who are still Brighamite Mormons, are not Joseph Smith Mormons. They do not support him. They do not defend him. They're lying about him. And yes, I lied about him too. I had to do the research, and it takes time because there's a lot to go over. And it made it easier when I was freed from the captivity that the church ordered and paid for in 2014 to finally get access to a computer again and have access to this thing called the internet with Google search. That makes researching far more easier if you can tell the difference between fake news and fact. And I'll give you a hint. Any news coverage that has a reporter asking somebody, how does that make you feel? What is your response? They're fake. And so yes, this is on all sides of the issue. I see it from every news source are doing that crap. Just tell us the facts. 3-car pileup in such and such a place. So many people were injured. So many people are dead. The cops are on the scene. And further updates when we get them. You know, we're supposed to have investigative journalism. And so people should be investigating the church, and they don't. But anyway. To support this church makes you a bigot of Joseph Smith and his religion. It's that simple.